End of the season and sadly the end of the career for Charl Willoughby. Charl joined us this year at the start of the season, and I guess everybody's hopes were very high that success for yourself and particularly more so for the team perhaps. You were going to be an integral part of that. For one reason or another it just didn't work out for you, did it? Injuries for probably the first time in your 50 years in the game.
Yeah, I mean unfortunately that happened, and that's part of sports. I mean, it happens to people at various stages in their career, and fortunately or unfortunately, it only happened at the end. And I came here to play cricket this year and to be successful and to help Essex. And I just found myself on the physio bed more often than not, and on the sidelines when I was pain-free, with other guys being in better form than me. And there's no issues with that because professional sport should be selected on form. So I was happy to see the other guys playing, but it frustrated me more and more that I wasn't in the best form that I wanted to be in. So, sitting on the sidelines, not playing, watching everybody else, spending a lot of time on my own, eventually just came to the realization that, these guys are in a better place than me, and it was time to call it a day.
Yes, indeed, and I guess that was the particular frustration, wasn't it? That the injuries were preventing you from getting out on the pitch and showing everybody really what you could do, because nobody would doubt the ability. Tremendous record over the years playing county cricket, but as I say, that must have been the real killer blow for you, just not even being able to get out there and do yourself justice.
No, definitely. I mean, I've spent the last 21 seasons mostly on the park. I've only spent, I think it's a total of about 20 games in the second team and over 500 in the first team. So to now suddenly start spending more time in the second team trying to find form, regain fitness, etc., was becoming more and more frustrating. And it wasn't the case that I didn't enjoy it. It was very foreign to me. And at 38, nearly 38 years old, playing cricket with 16, 17-year-olds, it was a very strange place to be.
Yes, indeed. Fond memories that you take from your career over here, particularly, Charl?
Well, I've absolutely loved. I've been at Essex this year, and obviously it hasn't gone according to plan. I've had a couple of good games and a few average games, but one of the highlights of my career, besides for playing for South Africa, was obviously my time spent at Somerset, and it was a long time, but just bettering Joel Garner's bowling record for Somerset. He's a legend of the game. From the West Indies, great era. He came to Somerset, spent the same number of years there. But I had a better record than him in terms of number of wickets in less games, and for me, it's a highlight of my career that I'll always be proud of. So that's probably the most memorable thing for me.
Well, I think you're entitled to reflect on that, because they say the game's all about statistics, and they're in the book, aren't they? And I'm sure everybody that's talked to you and seen you play over the years been delighted and would wish you well in your retirement, a long and successful retirement. And would you come back in the game in some capacity, Charl? Can we expect to see you as a coach or etc.?
Well, I'll always give back to the game, because the game's given me so much, and it's taken me around the world, and I've met fantastic people through the game of cricket. So I'll always be willing to give back. I'm not making any sort of plans to be a cricket coach first and foremost. I want to try the business world and give that a go, just sort of broaden my horizons. But I am currently going to be coaching my club side in Cape Town, Rondebosch Cricket Club, and playing for them a little bit. But yeah, there's no sort of plans in the immediate future to become a first-class coach or bowling coach anywhere. I really just want to dedicate sort of most of my time to my family and the business world.
Yep. Well, just to sum up, with perhaps using your experience, a couple of words of advice for two up-and-coming Essex bowlers, Rhys Topley and Tamal Mills. Their promise is tremendous, isn't it? But I'm sure you'll say they've still got a lot to learn. But as I say, if you give them one piece of advice.
Well, yeah, I don't know about one piece of advice, because bowling's a lot more technical than that. But they're both very promising cricketers, and I rate them both very, very highly. Tamal, I think, has got a little bit more work to do than Rhys. I think Rhys is closer to the finished article right now. But obviously Tamal's got the pace. So, they're probably on a par in where they are in their career. But I think Rhys is closer technically to where he needs to be. But he's been in the game a lot longer, and he's had a father that's played first-class cricket and professional cricket. So that's obviously helped him a little bit. But Tamal's got, pure pace, and I think they'll both reach the pinnacle of their career and play for England. I think they're good enough. But obviously a lot of hard work and dedication still to come.
Brilliant. Once again, Charles, thanks ever so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you back at Essex in some capacity. Who knows?